This is a pretty basic offensive combination. Okay? So we're combining some of the stuff we did last time, some of the stuff we did this time. Okay, makes sense. Another application that I wanted to talk about, we don't quite have time to actually practice this. The front kick we worked on and the side kick that we worked on today are both really good for what we call stopper kicks, where if somebody just decides to bull rush you, boom. Okay? So you either just drive through with a front snap, or as they're coming in, boom. Okay? So as we talked about, that side kick has a lot of power. So if you get them, in the center of gravity, or in the chest or in the ribs, that's going to do a lot to sap their momentum. Okay? So that's just something to think about conceptually in terms of if somebody comes rushing at you and you've got time, if he's right in here, I'm not going to go for a kick. Like, this is way too close. I don't have time to bring my knee up. If anything, I might shoot for a knee strike. Okay? But if I want to stop him, I want to be up here. Boom.
And the thing with the stopper kick, too, is it's not just a kick and then return. It's more of like a kick and hold.
Yeah.
And then return.
You're just taking it, boom. Swinging
and
it
it just stays there.
And it really doesn't matter how quickly you get it back, because they should be falling away from you by the time you're done.
Right.
Make sense? Yeah.
All right. Overall, you guys did really, really good today. I'm impressed. Like we said, kicks are a lot harder than the other ones, but they're really important to know. You guys did really good. It just takes practice, that's all. So concluding, the first one we learned was the knee. The important things to remember about that is that it's the foundation, it's the setup for pretty much all the other lower body movements and kicks. It's explosive. You visualize grabbing the person's head, driving through the knee, toes pointed down to the ground so they don't get caught. Yeah.
So remember the snap. Also remember some of the key components to a snap. Do any of you guys remember?
Starting deflection.
Starting deflection, right. Knee extension. And then it's, remember to keep this flexed. So when you extend, it's not a swing, but it's a snap. Yep.
Okay. And what about your toes? What are you doing with your toes? Toes up. Yep.
Away.
Toes pulled back, because you're aiming with okay. Back kick. Back kick's a little tricky. What's tricky about it? Right.
You're not listening.
If you're in front stance, you're keeping your eyes forward. If you're in guard, where are you looking? Right. You're looking over your kicking shoulder. Okay. So whatever side is kicking, you're looking over that side towards your target. Where are you aiming with your foot? Or what part of your foot are you aiming with? Good. Heel. Okay.
So during the knee block, what is it to defend against? Why is it important to learn the knee block?
Kicks. To defend against kicks.
To defend against kicks, especially straightforward kicks. Right?
Any sort of linear kick, this is going to be really useful.
So what is the hand doing? Why is the front hand important? Sweep the leg.
Sweep that trash.
And then what is the backhand doing? Protect the face from the finisher.
All right. Side kick. What's important? What's cool about the side kick? Power. Right. But with power, what makes it a little bit more difficult than the rest?
Slower.
It's slower, a lot more range of motions, a longer lever. Where can it be aimed?
However flexible you are.
Very good. All right. What do you chamber with? The knee, yeah, the knee block. Chamber with the knee. What do you drive through? Yes, the heel. Why do you think it's important to drive through the heel and not somewhere else?
It's the hardest part of the foot.
Exactly. Good.
So, any questions? Anything else? Good. We've got another round of handouts for you.
It's important to practice this all on your free time too, because the more repetitions you get, the more you can train those muscles to repeat that delivery.
And we mentioned last time that at some point we're going to have you putting together your own combinations. So if you really want to be able to do that well, take your review sheets, take the handouts that we give you, and just kind of go over them and keep the motions fresh in your mind. And maybe think about combinations that you could put together even just right now. Do your 4 count, do a side kick, and just work your way through that. So once we get around to doing combinations, you'll be a little more comfortable with it.
Right. If there's no other questions, you guys did really good. Give yourself a hand.
Well done, guys.
And if you want to